Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome back to a brand new video here today, and welcome to some very juicy news for F1 2019 career mode. We're talking driver transfers. Now, initially, before, when we heard about driver transfers in F1 2019 career mode, we strictly thought it was just going to be the two F2 story mode character rivals, which is Devin Butler and Lucas Weber. Now, Weber was your teammate, Butler was your rival in the F2 story mode, and we were told those two drivers could transfer from team to team, as well as you, the player, in F1 2019 career mode. Well, I can happily confirm now that the embargo is lifted on F1 2019 content, that full driver transfers are a thing. For the first time, the player and official F1 drivers are now going to be able to sign contracts with different teams. So no longer will people like me with the PC game have to mod the PC version and mod the transfers in. The actual in-game mechanics does it for you. You literally get an actual email from Emma, and she says, this is what's happened, these are the drivers that transferred, and they let you know which ones have swapped around. The majority of the time, the transfers will happen at the end of the season, but there is a rare chance that a mid-season driver transfer will happen. So, i.e., in the middle of the season, right slap bang in the middle, round, 10 or, 15 or whatever, it occurs, and a driver might swap halfway through the season, but majority of the time, at the end of the year, when contracts generally are up, they'll swap. There's a good chance a lot of drivers might swap teams here. So, this is huge. Like, this has been years in the making. Like, for so many years, everyone's been banging on about this. This has been the #1 top priority feature for F1 career mode in general, not just 2019, ever. And every single time we've said, oh, it can't happen, licensing issues, it'll never happen. And Cody's have just gone and done it. It seems like they actually done it on the sly, because they've never announced it in any advertising or marketing. So I think they've just gone ahead and done it, and they're going to see how the reaction is, what the teams say or whatnot, and they'll sort things out, hopefully, down the line. But, it's in the game, so the teams can't do anything. But I think that's why they haven't advertised it as much. But there are a thing, F1 driver transfers full-time, like I said, communicated via the agent in your email. So far in the video, the gameplay has just been for episode #1 of my 2019 career mode that was posted earlier this morning. But now I will show you just a little snippet and a screenshot of one of the driver transfers happening. I don't want to spoil it too much, but this is essentially a transfer that happened to me down the line in my actual career mode. But I don't want to show too much else of the career mode, because obviously that will be spoiling the rest of the series. But this is just a confirmation of letting you kind of know what it kind of looks like. Hulkenberg and Sergio Perez swapping cars, and so you had Hulkenberg in the Racing Point overalls, Sergio Perez in the Renault overalls. So cool. And yeah, so over the course of the 10 seasons of career modes, we can expect the kind of dominance of current mainstays of the sport challenged by the field of young up-and-coming drivers. So the kind of youngsters, the newer guys, maybe the midfield guys, the newer ones in the season will eventually, over the course of 10 seasons, it's expected that they'll transfer their way up to the top teams, and the kind of mainstays, your Hamiltons, your Vettels, will be transferred down maybe to lower teams. Obviously towards the end of your career, sometimes F1 drivers go for lower teams to kind of see out their last few years in F1. They try and help a struggling young team maybe, or you got like a Raikkonen returning back to the team he started with, and so that's what we'll see. We'll see, the kind of current top drivers be transferred down. We don't have any confirmation or any word if any of the F2 drivers that are not Weber or Butler will move up into F1 and be transferred in. I don't think so. That seems a bit of a stretch, but, it seemed like a stretch to have transfers like this in the first place, so you never know. But we can't confirm that for now, because no one's played that far enough into career mode to know. But it would be pretty cool, and technically, they do have all the driver faces and all the helmets and all the names and stats and whatnot for the F2 drivers. Obviously, you have Lando Norris, George Russell, and Albon moving from F2 into F1 with you, Weber, and Butler, with the F2 story mode transition into F1. So they technically have already done it from the F2 to F1 transition. It just remains to be seen if they're going to allow it to happen maybe down the line, season, 6 or whatever. Some drivers just disappear from the grid, retire, and the F2, some of the F2 drivers come in. We don't know that for sure, but that would be pretty cool. Like I said, it was a stretch anyway to have full-time F1 driver transfers, so never say never. Maybe it is another surprise in this entire scenario, but from the press release that Codemasters have given basically reviewers, there's no mention of it, so we can't confirm that. But what I can confirm is the full driver transfers. Very, very cool. I was going to wait to kind of have there be a bit of a surprise and shock in the career mode, but that literally happened to me like, multiple episodes down the line, so I thought it's too big of news not to let you guys know in a video like this, because I tweeted about it and I posted on Instagram and I had so many people asking me, is it confirmed on Insta and whatnot, and it just seemed like better if I just, make a video to actually, nip it in the bud. I've even seen people commenting below already in episode 1 saying they, read it on a news article and some random, PR press, news outlet, and they want to confirm it with me or whatever. So I thought I'd make the video because otherwise you're going to get too many, comments asking the same exact question. So yeah, here you go. Confirmed F1 full-time driver transfers. Very, very cool. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So everyone will get their own unique career mode, basically, because hopefully the random number generator of it all is going to generate things very differently. So, me versus other YouTubers, you'll see different transfers, and then me versus you guys at home, you and your mates, you'll all get hopefully different transfers, different midfield people, lower people moving up to top teams, and obviously it's based off performance as well, they've said. So it's not actually a random number generator, it's also based off the stats of how people are doing. So it's actually looking at how drivers are performing. So let's say in this scenario that, I don't know, Vettel performs very badly, and then you've got, I'm not too sure, who can we say, Ricciardo performs really, really well on the Renault, and there seems like scope for them to swap the game. I don't know what the parameters would be, but the game might see that as an opportunity at the end of the season to say, yeah, okay, we're going to make this transfer happen, and then you'll get an email saying Daniel Ricciardo's transferred to Ferrari, Vettel's transferred to Renault, and they swap through like that. And the swap itself, like I said, is actually really nicely done. The numbers all change, so you'll see number 3 on the Ferrari car, number 5 on the Renault car in the stylization of that team's livery. You'll see in the cutscenes as well, they'll have the different overalls, different, the t-shirts, hat, and whatever, the cap, the flat cap. You'll see in the animations for the grid sequence, they'll have the different things as well. So everything changes like that. Also on track as well as the numbers on the car, the helmet as well. They'll keep their same helmet, so you'll literally notice Sebastian Vettel's actual helmet from his Ferrari days. He'll be having it on the Renault car. The thing that doesn't change are the sponsors on the helmet, of course, because that is literally changing, licensing stuff. That's kind of to real life. Vettel has to have those certain sponsors on his helmet because that is the official helmet that he's running in the game. But it's basically a straight, pluck in, pluck out kind of scenario for the car. So at least you will see that difference, like visually speaking as well. Not only the name will change, you'll notice it in terms of that. And the thing is, compared to mods, in the past with modding, the way it worked was we always used to change the aesthetic of the driver, but it never actually changed the AI, if you get what I mean. Like, if I made the transfer of Vettel to Renault and Ricciardo to Ferrari, it would essentially be going into the F1 game files, changing the names round, changing the helmets round, and maybe tweaking the overalls a little bit, and that would be it. But the actual AI underneath at their core, that Ricciardo that's in Ferrari now, would still be Vettel's AI. That, Vettel in Renault would still be Ricciardo's AI. From what I believe, because the transfers are based off the performances of previous seasons and previous races, I believe the game literally swaps the AI as well round. So the actual coding of Vettel's AI and Ricciardo's AI are literally swapping. So it's not just aesthetics like it is with modding, it's a literal AI swap. So Vettel's, I don't know, more aggression, more tendency to spin, I don't know, AI will be in the Renault, and the Ricciardo's big ass dive bombs, which we've seen plenty in last year's game as well. Ricciardo's AI, they have actually coded him to be quite aggressive sometimes with the dive bombs. He will literally, that AI will be in Ferrari, and so you'll notice hopefully those characteristics. Obviously you don't see the characteristics that pronounced as such, but you'll see little inklings of, that is definitely Vettel's AI in that car. That is Ricciardo's in that car. But of course, away from the actual, looking at the previous season results, in the end of it, the transfer, if it happens or not, is going to be random. So don't kind of expect big, huge transfers that you want to maybe see happen straight away. Like, I've already seen people tweeting me going like, oh, Vettel and a Mercedes against Hamilton would be epic. There's no guarantee of that, obviously. That's just, good luck if you get that transfer. If you do, well done, because that's a crazy transfer to see then. But it is very much just based on randomness of what the game picks. It will look at the stats. And so basically for that scenario, you would need Bottas to be performing really badly. Vettel would be performing well enough that he doesn't want to stay at Ferrari. So, the game would, I guess, decide maybe, oh, we've got Vettel, a top driver, doing well. Mercedes are a top team, but Bottas isn't doing too well. Let's swap them around. I feel like that might be the scenario that would make that thing kind of happen. But obviously, that's just all up to chance of through a 21-race season. If that actually happens, the odds are so slim that, that's going to be quite a rare transfer. Whereas I feel like midfield transfers, will be a little bit easier to kind of suss out and see happen. But, yeah, very, very cool news. F1 2019 career mode just got a lot better and might have just instantly become the best F1 career mode, period, just because of this. Because, like I said, this is a huge feature that everyone's been asking for years and years and years. No F1 game in the modern era has had this feature, and now it's in, and so we can stop asking for the FIFA-style transfer. It's finally, I can't believe it. I can't believe an F1 game has FIFA-style transfers. It's going to be so cool. It's going to make the entire 10-season longevity just go on for so much longer. So, very cool. So, guys, if you did enjoy that news, be sure to smash the like button. Be sure to share this video around with your mates or whatever, because I keep still getting tweeted about it and asking about it in comments below. So, just to kind of get the news out there even more, share the video out. If you're new around here, do subscribe for weekly follow-on content. And episode number 2, the start of my actual F1 season for F1 2019 career mode, will be coming out later tonight. So, look out for that on the channel. Get subscribed. But I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Goodbye.